Today, we're diving straight into something I know a lot of us have dealt with, that deeply frustrating yet incredibly common dynamic, hot and cold behavior. We're going to decode what's actually happening here, and more importantly, we're mapping out exactly how you can navigate this confusing inconsistency to take back your personal power.
Have you ever found yourself just really hitting it off with someone new? You're experiencing those moments of real passion, the laughs, that undeniable chemistry, and then, out of nowhere, they just pull back. It leaves you feeling completely stuck, maybe a little embarrassed, and honestly, just super confused. It stings, right? But here's the thing. Everyone has either participated in this cycle or been on the receiving end of it at some point. You are absolutely not alone here.
Section 1. The hot and cold trap. Let's unpack this whole cycle.
So, when someone is super warm and engaging one day and then totally distant the next, our minds naturally go into overdrive. We start overthinking, wondering, what did I do wrong to cause this sudden shift? But here's a crucial foundational point for our analysis today. It's rarely about them being downright evil or intentionally disrespectful. A lot of the time, it's just ignorance. The source material points out something really profound here. If we actually knew how little people thought of others, we'd probably forgive them a whole lot more easily. It's not usually some manipulative plot against you. Often, people are just completely wrapped up in their own internal worlds.
Moving on to Section 2. 4 reasons for inconsistent behavior. Let's demystify our usual suspects.
To really get a grip on this, we've got to look at the underlying motives. These usually fall into 2 main buckets: internal struggles, which are temporary, and character flaws, which are, unfortunately, consistent issues. Let's walk through them. First up in the temporary bucket, we have overwhelming feelings. Sometimes that sudden chill is just a defense mechanism. They're trying to shut off their feelings because they're terrified of vulnerability or committed love. Second, life difficulties. They could be dealing with personal drama, maybe financial stuff, and they literally just don't have the emotional bandwidth to be a consistent partner or friend right now. But then we cross over into the character flaws. Number 3, immature games. This is where they're calculating exactly how to get your attention only to ignore you right after, treating you like an option or some kind of experiment. And number 4, a selfish personality. Some folks are just naturally fickle. They come and go like the wind based entirely on their own passing moods, completely oblivious to their own inconsistency.
So, the absolute key takeaway from all of this is simple. Not everything is about us. Whether they're hiding their vulnerability, dealing with a massive life crisis, playing immature games, or they just have a fickle personality trait, their behavior is a reflection of them, not you. You haven't done anything in particular to push them away.
Section 3. The root of the problem. Let's look at the unseen shift happening here.
The hidden thread connecting all of these scenarios, the real root cause, is a profound lack of emotional intelligence. It's this underlying immaturity that completely blocks them from communicating openly and consistently with you. Because here is the undeniable truth we get from the source material. Emotionally mature people simply do not play games. And they definitely don't start acting entirely different out of nowhere for no reason. If there's an issue, a mature person talks about it or tries to fix it. They don't spend weeks dragging you through a confusing, hurtful guessing game.
Section 4. Your 2-step action plan. Here is exactly how we handle that inconsistency.
Okay, so how do we actually handle someone projecting their low emotional intelligence onto us? Here is the exact sequence you need to reclaim your power. Step 1, stay consistently warm. Step 2, ignore them entirely. Now, you might be thinking, wait, those are literal opposites. And yeah, exactly. Let's break down why doing this in this highly specific order is an absolute game changer for setting boundaries without sacrificing your own fundamental kindness.
Let's start with step 1. Show up and prove that you are stable, but absolutely do not push or chase. You stay consistently warm to show that you care. You're not going anywhere, but you are not begging for their attention either. By starting with this step, you are forcing the other person to recognize your emotional stability. It proves you're grounded. It provides this stark contrast to their chaotic, hot and cold energy, and it shows them exactly what healthy consistency looks like.
But if step 1 fails and they just keep up that hot and cold routine, you immediately pivot to step 2. Illustrate that you don't play games and you will not accept disrespectful behavior. Basically, you withdraw your energy completely. By ignoring them, you force their hand. If they actually care, this sudden lack of engagement forces them to confront their own feelings and step up to resolve things. But if they don't change, and they just quietly accept your silence, well, then you have your definitive answer right there.
Section 5. Taking back your power. It's time to prioritize your peace.
This is where you really have to shift your mindset. You must prioritize your own emotional safety over the potential of some connection that's just draining you dry. Because look, when you finally walk away from someone who abuses your energy, you stop that painful cycle dead in its tracks. Confidence just naturally flows through you because you know you stood up for yourself. You prove that you won't fall for the same trap of giving your all to someone who gives nothing back. And most importantly, you save your love and attention for the people who actually earn it. It is always safer to let go of people who cause you pain every time you interact with them.
I want to share a really powerful quote directly from the source material. Anyone can be a mirror or a lesson or serve as a realization for you to grow and change. Whether this person was supposed to be a future partner, a friend, or just a missed connection, it doesn't matter. The only truly relevant thing is what you take away from the experience. People, if you let them, will show you exactly who they are. So I invite you to adopt a more introspective mindset about who you're actually allowing into your life.
Which brings us to our final thought. Do you want to feel valued and real? Because at the end of the day, that's what most of us are genuinely craving. I challenge you right now, stop participating in relationships that only reflect back insecurity and grief. Acknowledge the pain, make a definitive choice, and choose yourself. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Now go out there and protect your peace.